In many ways, 2019 was the end of an era in TV and movie history. We saw the anticlimactic end of Game of Thrones, one of the most popular TV shows ever. The Skywalker saga came to a poorly received end, and the MCU finished its Infinity War saga to critical acclaim and is now heading into a reset era for the next major story. We've seen the rise of new streaming platforms like Disney Plus and heaps of new franchise announcements. Which leads me to Percy Jackson. Now, if you know this series, you'll know there were 2 movies released in the early 2010s that kinda sucked. Received poorly by both fans and the author, the films completely missed the point of the source material, they altered plot points and characters for no real reason other than rule of cool, and they made creative decisions that damaged future storylines. In short, it was a mess, and it didn't make it past 2 out of 5 movies. Now let's never speak of it again. But now, in this new era of streaming, we can see the return of Percy Jackson, and that's as an animated Disney Plus original show. For starters, I don't see Disney taking a risk in making movies considering how poorly received the originals were. Secondly, making a live action film or show would make it a struggle to keep the story true to the source material in a way that fits Rick Riordan's world. One of the problems of the originals were the actors were clearly in their 20s when the characters were supposed to be like 12. It insulted the audience's intelligence to see college-age adults acting like high school kids. Plus, you put yourself at risk of child actors, originally chosen for their look more than their acting chops, aging up more quickly than you can adapt the plot, and they don't really develop these acting skills. It would be an advantage to have it animated, so you could keep the same actors the whole time, and it would allow them to continue and branch off into Riordan's other series if the startup was successful. There's no way you could film in such a time with 12-year-olds as the starting point and continue into further series such as Heroes of Olympus. Plus, with movies you'd condense the plot, and if anyone's read Percy Jackson or other Riordan books, you can know how convoluted the plot becomes sometimes. Disney needs more original content for Disney Plus. Yes, they have Star Wars originals and MCU originals coming, plus a backlog of older content, but there's definitely a gap in programming that can be filled. Percy Jackson definitely has a Troll Hunter style vibe where it's made for both a younger audience, but it isn't dumbed down, which makes it enjoyable for older audiences too. It's just a bunch of kids going on adventures and fighting monsters, which is a market that Disney should want to branch into. Netflix has already done it with the Dragon Prince and Troll Hunters, plus they're releasing a new adaptation of the Chronicles of Narnia and a remake of Avatar: The Last Airbender. Naturally, Disney should want to compete with this. There's a lot of promise with Percy Jackson. It has a massive following for several years, fans that are incredibly loyal and craving for a good adaptation, as we've seen countless times with things like #DisneyAdaptPercyJackson. Riordan himself has been meeting with Disney executives to make it happen. It's only a matter of time before it's given the green light, and if Disney plays their cards right, they could have a new franchise and fandom on the level of a Harry Potter, or even greater, fall into their laps.